Hello everyone, so as you probably know, I'm here at the MSP show with the Sales Builder team, and I'm running into as many kind of industry experts as I possibly can. And Dave Tulip from the Network Group, you stumbled past the stands. I thought, right, I have to grab the opportunity to have a chat with you.
I count as an expert.
You do.
Cool.
I won't say I was scraping the barrel. No, absolutely you are.
You probably are.
I'll tell you what. Give us a bit of a background in terms of what makes you an expert, because you definitely are. You've worked with a lot of MSPs in your role.
Wow, I could go on for ages on this. So first and foremost, Managing Director of Network Group today. For anyone that doesn't know, my technology journey. I started probably 1985, actually. I used to program. I did used to be clever. Cobol, Fortran, right, stuff like that, but got bored. Jumping forward through a few years, I started selling technology about 1993, 94, selling document image processing. But in 95, I joined...
Like the OCR
document management.
Switching documents through to electronic versions.
Exactly that. Converting paper.
Area.
Less so back then. It was an interesting area, right? And it's probably only really taken hold the past sort of decade, really, in many ways, right? But this paperless office, that's a story for another day, right? In 95, I joined a print copy firm. I went in as the IT solutions sales guy. So I wasn't a print guy, but I joined this print copy firm. And I guess we're talking a little bit about sales, right? And
excuse me.
Wow, okay. Well, maybe
we're going there.
Is that where we're going? Are you okay?
The impact of that is so much that it's caught me off guard. We're definitely talking sales, if possible.
Good,
It's been a long day at the show.
In 95 I joined this print copy firm, and what I didn't realise at the time was I was really learning to sell. I was with that company 14 years, and whilst there, they had this embryo of IT. I helped develop that into something, fairly significant. It basically became, by the time I left, a third of the business. It was a £5 million business, of which, by the time I left, it was a £1.5 million MSP as a part of that.
Right.
Part of that journey, 2005, I bumped into what was then the Network Buying Group, what is today the Network Group.
Okay.
So that was my journey with Network Group when I first found it nearly 20 years ago. So whilst there, I helped develop this embryo of IT, grew it into something with my sort of salesmanship.
So that was managed services, right then? So was it the same recurring model? Was it more break fix? How did it look then?
So the print copy guys were actually ahead of us on managed services, right? They'd been doing managed services for years before we did in IT. We were all break fix, right, if we go back to the 90s and stuff, early noughties. But the managed print guys, they were monitoring their copier machines out in the field, sending people out on preventative maintenance and stuff like that. It wasn't purely a break fix.
Real proactive stuff.
They were keeping people running, whereas us in the early IT days were going, hope it breaks, hope it breaks, I can raise a bill.
That's where the money is.
Do you know what I mean? And obviously
get some new tin in.
That then spun around, obviously, into what we in today managed services, and we certainly were early in that. We helped set up the small business server communities back in the day as well with Microsoft, one of a dozen companies, James Cash, Richard Tubb, a few other sort of names that you would know that were part of those early things with Microsoft. So been around a long time. And back to the sales bit, what I didn't realise was that I'd become a salesperson, because now, knowing what I know now, having come into a more true MSP space, there aren't many salespeople in this space, and that's good and bad, right?
Why is that?
Why is that? Well, because most of the businesses have spun out their clever guys that one day end up running a business for whatever reason. Maybe they've worked in a bigger firm, maybe they've decided to do it themselves, customers approach them, but now all of a sudden they're running a business and they grow it organically. That maybe it's the good old B&I back in the day, those sort of things, picking up a few people but they're not the guys who go out and sell stuff typically. Makes them potentially really good salespeople because the potential customer doesn't feel they're being sold to, right? And they trust those sort of techie people.
Can you be successful that way without selling?
So you can be successful, definitely, but you reach a plateau. Depends what success is. So if you want a lifestyle which says, look, I'm happy doing this, it's a good life, then of course you'll be successful. Well, what is success is the bigger question. That's a topic for another day. Yeah, that's a whole deep one there.
Yeah, I guess we're talking, we're just talking strictly like that sort of, that sort of whatever the turnover is going to be.
Yeah, but
we're talking about that 1, 5, 10 million.
Yeah, if it's can I get to £10 million just doing that? No. Can I get to £2 million doing that? Probably not. The difference between a £500,000, £1 million, £5 million, £10 million MSP is sales function. Network Group, our members, we are 88 technology service providers across the UK and Ireland.
Yes.
Average size, about £2 million revenue. 16, 18 staff, they'll manage 2,500 endpoints. That's a typical network group member. So the fact that's typical, we've got some smaller, some larger. We don't suit onesie-twosies.
So do they have sales teams in typically, would you say, or how do they tend to look?
Yeah, so if I look at that, I'd say if you're £1 million and it's your business, it's you. You've gone out, you've got it this far.
Founder-led sales.
Yeah, exactly that. And you get to a point you go, oh, I can't really do any more, or actually I'd like to do some more, but I'm not getting any leads, or I don't know where to find them, or I don't want to pick up the phone, I don't do that, right? So you go, what's next? You either get stuck there, or you find a way. So it's sales function. And many MSPs have tried that. They go, let's get a sales guy. And they go, Dave, come be our sales guy, because I sell them the dream. A sales guy does that. If you can't sell yourself, you're not going to sell anything else. So, and MSPs think that's the silver bullet. They think this person, this guy, this girl. And because they've done it somewhere else. But you need to find a match. You need to understand what your business is. You need to understand what your profile of customer is. And there's no point getting the biggest hitter, the biggest sales guy out of CDW or whatever it is, something that's going to come in and do 100 grand a GP a month. Because it ain't going to happen in your regional MSP that might be £1 million, £1.5 million turnover. You need to find
how do you match it then, would you say? What are you kind of looking for? Is it like a cultural thing, or is it an experience of that area, would you say?
I think it's all of the above. So first and foremost is honesty. You need to be honest with yourself and what your business is and where you want it to go. Because if you want me to come be a part of that and to help drive the sales forward, there's no point telling me something. Don't sell me a dream that isn't there. Because I'm going to realise. Tell me what's not good about your company, and why in a month's time I'm going to go, oh, well, you said there were leads and there aren't any, or whatever it might be. Just be honest.
I'm a strong believer, in speaking to the people that are already in the team as well. I think that's a really good sign of, get away from what maybe the founder is saying and actually understand, what the team have to say.
And as an owner or a senior person in business, I've always tried to scare people off. If you come to an interview, I tell you what's wrong, why you shouldn't join. Because you're going to find that out in a month's time. I might go, the person over there can be a bit moody, just so you know, but actually they're really good. And actually the office doesn't look as pretty as it could do, but look beyond that, because we do a really great job of serving customers. Whatever it might be, know your company, represent it truthfully, and that will make a difference, because otherwise you're going to go through the process again and again. So what comes next? As I say, a lot of people will say, I found a sales guy, it's you, or a sales girl, it's you, great, happy days, but it doesn't always work. I've seen lots of failed things. Again, back to whether you've matched it correctly. Okay. I think marketing probably comes next. I think right before sales. And marketing's a bit fluffy. Sorry for any marketers out there, but the reality of that is, it's about campaigning. It's about being consistent. It's about raising the profile.
What's working on? As someone from a marketing background, I need to ask you then, what are you seeing amongst your membership you think that actually works? Because there are a lot of people who say, actually, in marketing doesn't work. I've tried it once. I did it for 4 weeks, and I have got nothing, but I spent 10 grand.
Yeah, marketing doesn't work unless you keep doing it. And then when you keep doing it, all it really does is lay a foundation. People typically don't phone in or click on your inquire now. But if you keep doing that, maybe some stuff does happen. Maybe you've got a way of scoring that where you can see, okay, let's put a phone call into James and say, hi James, can we talk, and see what happens from there. But that's a layer, and that's when you then get a salesperson, or maybe it's an apprentice. We see some of that where you bring them in, but you need some expertise to help progress that apprentice into sales, right? But all of a sudden they've got something to call behind, rather than just having totally cold stuff.
It's a base layer of warming, isn't it? Basically, and it's that know, like, and trust bit before you even start having the conversation.
100%.
So we've got the marketing piece in there. Let's say we've got the marketing box is ticked. Structure of sales teams and the approach. What approach do you see that's working in terms of how they should be set up and what they should be saying as well? When they're prospecting.
Okay, so first and foremost, structure, they need to be managed, and that is another problem typically for MSPs trying to manage a salesperson.
It's another discipline, right?
Although it can be useful if you grow your own somewhat, because it's a different thing. But, the question was, what are they saying?
Two things, the structuring it, but then also, what do you see working in terms of the sort of the prospecting, so the approach that you would take? So is it literally a case of, right, okay, I'm a great cultural fit, do I just go and do like a scattergun email campaign and then ring, and then what am I doing? Am I selling the company? Am I going in with pains or So first and foremost, the company needs to profile their audience. So when I used to run a sales team here in London, going back a dozen years, we had 9,659 companies of 50 or more people within the M25. My sales team and lead generation team, their job was to get a meeting for the salespeople within those organisations. If they did that, real 100%,
know your audience, and whether that's it's 10 to 50, whether it's 5 to 25, whether it's 100 plus. But again, demographic, what you're aiming at, what your niche may be.
Yeah.
Okay, so know your audience first and foremost.
Got it.
And then market with understanding the tone that you need to be marketing those people, having those profiles, the avatars or whatever they call them in your marketing world.
Yeah,
whatever. Fluffy. Anyway, but there's also some realness in that, right?
There's
know your audience.
Demographics that matter, but only the stuff that matters. Don't just collect data for the sake of it.
Know your audience. I think local events. Be involved in the local your business community, whatever that might look like. Maybe it's a chamber.
Yeah.
Listen, we're at a show today. This is good for business, for vendors, right? So.
Yes.
MSPs, IT support companies, need to go find their local area where they could be to make new relationships, meet new people. But then the salesperson's role is the bit that typically pushes it over the edge. That said, it's changed. We're educated now as buyers. We enter the stage later.
Yes.
So it's relationship building. We used to, again, back to the sales team I ran in London, we'd get potential customers phoning and ask for a quote for stuff. And one of my sales guys would say, look, do you want me to print that out for you now, screw up and throw it in the bin? And let me just emphasise why he would say that. Because we would say no if someone phoned up for a quote.
Right.
And we kid ourselves. We go, oh yeah, I've got to do a quote. Yeah. If you are getting people phoning and asking for a quote, you are too late. Someone has already quoted that. You're just another quote.
Yeah, that's a great bit of advice.
And you need to build a relationship. And we would do that. And rather do 100 quotes and win one and lose 99, we would do one quote because the potential buyer would go, hang on, no, that's not right, what are you doing to me? No, I want to talk to you. We go, no, listen, why don't we come speak next time you renew? And they go, no, we want to deal with you, we want to talk to you. And we do one quote and win it, sort of thing. So put people in the market, build relationships.
Can I want to drill on that one, because I've got a feeling, having spent a little bit of time with you, I think you're probably pretty good on that side of things in terms of cultivating the relationships. Can you give any tips around how you go about doing that? So I've just rung you for a quote and you've said, no, do you want me to put it in the bin? Yeah. How do you then start to kind of build that rapport?
Well, that's already creating a bit of desire. So the other thing is sales, you have to be different. Okay, you have to be different. And are we really different? Who knows? The message is, so if you're a business owner, someone's a business owner out there, right, they get a call from a salesperson and they go, hi, can I sell you stuff? And we know they want to sell us stuff. And we go, why? They go, because I'm better or I'm cheaper. That's the message, right? That's what you hear from salespeople. Yeah. They're going to do it better, they're going to do it cheaper. Everyone says it. Whether it's true or not, that's what they say. Mm-hmm. So by being different and going, look, sorry, we don't work like that. We're a professional organisation. We want to engage with you correctly. The fact that you've come to us now, we're just too late. We're not going to be able to work with you on our process, the way we work. We'd love to speak with you in the coming weeks, months, years to do that right. And as I said, 1 out of those 100 will want to work with us now. 99 out of the 100 aren't going to want to anyway, so let's not even bother quoting them, save our time. But by being different at the start, you're already creating curiosity. People want to know a bit more and go, listen, let's arrange that coffee, let's arrange that catch up, let's do this properly.
Would you go in and how would you structure that? Would you be talking like straight in with a little bit of small talk and then you're talking pains of the business and then you're sort of quite quickly into recommending how you can help, or do you stay away from that, or is it just going relationship building? I guess
every circumstance is different, right? So it does depend. So back to who your profile customer is, back to your expertise and what that is. So all of the above could be right. Typically, I think it's more about relationship building because you want to lay that foundation first. None of us want to be sold to, right? I want to know that I can trust you first and foremost as a person and as a company.
Yes.
So for me, the message is you're selling the company. We're in the business of peace of mind. That's what we all sell. Yeah. It just so happens it's around technology. Yeah. Mr. Customer, I can give you peace of mind around technology. That's the cheesy message, right? But
basically, as you grow, we're there to facilitate.
So that's what I'm selling and trying to give them that. I think salespeople that the message is, look, okay, great, thanks for your time today, whatever it might be, and when do we speak next? And I think it's important to get that cadence because some salespeople are scared going, can I phone him? I met with him a month ago, a week ago, a year ago. Is it all right?
What can you get away with? What do you reckon? I mean, it doesn't have to be specific, but like...
It's what I say to you. I say, listen, great meeting today. Look, I think there's something there, James. When do you think we should speak again? Is it 2 weeks, 4 weeks? You tell me. When do you want to speak?
Always have one.
I'm giving you the option, right? And you're going, give it, you go speak to me in a month. Give me 6 months, but then make sure you actually follow up. I'm not very good at that bit. I'll be honest with you. I get distracted by other shiny things. But if a salesperson is doing it day in day out, if you agree that you want me to speak to you in 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 weeks. If I do that, you might just go, look, I'm busy, it's not the time. Okay, great. When I'll give you a nudge because I know you're busy too. When do you want to speak again? 4, 6, 8 weeks. 8 weeks, great. And you do it again. All of a sudden, that's building that knowledge that I'm reliable. And you're going, that's the sort of company I want to deal with, right?
It's absolutely key, isn't it?
Yeah. And one day something goes wrong, right? With the supplier, something, the provision, a service. And who do you think of? You think of that person that's put themselves in the frame.
It's always being there, kind of top of mind, isn't it? Yeah. Excellent. Listen, this has been really useful. I just want to quiz you. Is there any? So you don't have to mention names, but in terms of like standout members within a network group, is there anything? Is there anything you think? What, you have some?
So the best member of network group is.